Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, playing some more Scrap Mechanic. Today is going to be the final update on the school. I finally finished it. I pushed through today, got another probably 4 hours into it, and I think I'm finally happy. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I'm ready to move on to the next project, but I'm actually really happy with the results here. Now, you're probably noticing the new vehicle that comes with the school, and I know I've already done a school bus before, or maybe it was an off-road school bus. It was a big extreme school bus. So I've not done a normal school bus, and I was pretty sure, like, in these videos, it's already been commented on several times before, and if I didn't do this school bus, somebody would be like, well, why didn't you do a school bus? You've got a school, but you don't have a bus. So we've done that. Let's go ahead and go over that first before we go to the back of the school where all the progress has been made. Let's go ahead and open up everything. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got a roof hatch, side door, back door, hood, and it's even got the little stop sign that pops at the side. Anyways, you're probably wondering why the door looks the way it does. Why it just doesn't close like straight across. For some reason, like it won't close if you don't have these 3 blocks poking out. Same with the back door here. Like if you don't do that, it just won't close at all. And I was getting a little bit of lag right here. So for some reason when you make like collisions like right there, it lags the game out. I think that's what's wrong with the back of the school. But anyways, there isn't 2 rows of seats in here. Whoa. Okay. Let's do that again. There we go. Anyways, I don't know what just happened there. But yeah, there's not 2 rows or 2 seats on each row, just because I'm trying to keep all the vehicles in scale, and that would make this bus a little too wide. So I did this. I probably could have done like, I don't know, block seats, but I wanted to make it where you can actually use the seats in the bus, so that's why I went with this design. There's really not that much special about it, to be honest with you. It's a pretty simple bus. Let's go ahead and jump out. I don't know why I'm popping out the door like that. Maybe I'm just like getting stuck and it just shoots me out. Let's go ahead and pull up the spider web. Not very complicated at all. You've got the solid axle in the back. It's only being supported by one suspension on each side. You've got the 3 suspension design on the front. You know, I don't really know. Like, I know this compresses all the way. I know having a better suspension in the front, it's a little more important, especially you're turning off of it. So that's why I've got the 3 in the front and the 1 in the back. But fairly simple design. Everything works. I just wanted something that looks realistic and is functional. So really happy with the way this came out, and I hope you guys enjoy it and get to drive around in it. But let's see. Let's go ahead and stick this in a spot that's, you know, I'm not getting really any lag on this world anyways. The only lag I get is when I make contact with the side of the road here. It does it, like, I think almost everywhere. I don't know what causes that, but as soon as you get off it, it stops lagging almost instantly. Anyways, I didn't do too much to the front. I just put some parking spots. I made the actual school sign. I've got a little bit of, I would say, no, I didn't really plant anything. It's using these little grass, well, I don't know what they're called. It's like I guess it's called a grass container. I guess it's going to have something to do with the survival mode, but it actually looks really good in front of the school here. Inside the school, I'm not going to tour this whole thing again. I don't feel like it's necessary to go through the thing again. It was 2 episodes ago. If you want to see a detailed look at the inside of this, I know I complained about the lobby being a little bit empty, but I actually kept it about the way it was. I did add a little bit more furniture here on the right. I've got a vending machine here on the right, and I don't know if I pointed this out when I took this, when I walked through this last time, but I did have a trophy case here full of like ducks and little bolts and stuff. I think somebody commented like, well, you should build a trophy case, and I was like, you know, didn't I point that out? And I guess I didn't, but there it is. Anyways, all the work was really done here in the back, and I'm extremely happy. We did this little, I don't know if I want to call it a contest. It was more like I was looking for suggestions. I talked about 2 things. I had an empty classroom in here, and I talked a little bit about the football field and needing a mascot for the school, but we're going to go over the football field last. I'm going to go over the classroom probably first here, and nope, that's already bugging me. Missed a spot. Let's go ahead and paint this real quick. There we go. Anyways, I don't think, well, actually, yeah, there is some things that have changed here at the back of the school. I've added some more of those grass containers. I've got a little bit of a picnic area here. I've added a fence along the sides. I think this awning, yeah, this awning was already here, so just kind of dressed it up a little bit, made it look nicer. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna try not to show you the football field because I want to show that last. Let's go in here to the empty classroom. Now, there was a lot of debate on this classroom. I heard everything from not a science lab, I think I saw gym, I saw art room, or I guess like an art class. I mean, there's just tons of suggestions. But the biggest suggestion, or the one that popped up the most, was the art room. So that's what I went with. I know thank you guys for commenting and, giving me all this feedback. I mean, it's been wonderful. But I figured this is going to be the thing that's going to fit. So anyways, you've got, looks like a little table here. It's got all these little jars of different colors, paints. You've got a bunch of little areas to paint in. I didn't really start, the only one I actually did was this one. Since all fact, we're just dealing with blocks. So that's like almost too small of an area to even do like any pixel art. So got a bunch of blank canvases here. I've got a big one here on the side if you want to paint something on it. I've got a little area here, counters, sinks, got some cabinets up here at the top, some more jars. One thing I want to point out, because this was talked about several times, and I thought I pointed it out last video, the science lab. Somebody said, well, you don't have a sink in there, and there it is. That's a sink. Thought I'd get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and close that. But yeah, fairly happy with the way this came out. I just needed a suggestion. I just had a blank classroom, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to get you guys to just give me some feedback, give me some suggestions, tell me what you want to see. And definitely the art room was the biggest thing, so happy with the way that came out. Anyways, on to the big part, and it was the mascot. And it drew tons of feedback. And I came to a decision. There was two major ones that popped up. One was a Komodo dragon, and that was, I guess, because of my name, which actually has nothing to do with the dragon. It's morely a nickname that I had when I was a child. It's because my name's Cody, and Komodo, it was just a weird thing. That was probably one of the more popular, if not the most popular suggestion. The second one was something that made a little more sense to me, and I actually went with it. If you know Scrap Mechanic, there's the thing about the farm bots, and that was probably the second most suggested thing, was your school ought to be themed around the farm bots. So here we are, and here's this one little laggy spot. Let me hop over this. Here we go. We've got a farm bot. Now, this roughly resembles the, concept art they have of the farm bots. It's kind of my own interpretation of it. Kind of like the farm bot apocalypse world, but yeah, it's supposed to be like the mascot. I've actually got him mounted into the rocks there. He's got a couple bearings, just kind of making his limbs move around a little bit, make it look like he's standing up there. I used to always think these farm bots look like robots that you'd see from like Terminator, just with the tote bot head on it. That's kind of the way they were in my apocalypse world, but you look at them now, they actually have legs and they look a little bit more like bugs, so that's what that's supposed to be, and I think it actually came out pretty nice. But yeah, I've changed everything about the stadium as far as the color scheme. It used to be just like all this was blank, there was no writing on here. The press box, the sides were white. Changed it all to this red and black, and the reason I chose that, one, because of my logo. I just like the red and black mix, and the whole fact that the tote bot, that's my favorite head on the tote bot, so I like the red and black scheme, so I went with it on the whole field here. So you can see here we've got farm bots wrote out. I've got a little pixel art here of the head up there. Actually came out pretty nice. I went ahead and did the scoreboard up here. You can see all the little, I don't know, I don't like these lights, but that's about the only thing I could use to try to make it look like it's somewhat lit up. You got the H for home, A for away. It's got what down it is. You've got the, it's supposed to be a Q, but if I added a little red there, it's going to mix in with the border. So that was supposed to be like the quarter, and then the time would be right here. But yeah, you've got that. Let's go ahead and travel over here. Got another logo in the center. Now this logo is slightly off. I'm gonna have to actually move it about 1 or 2 blocks up to get it perfectly like centered. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's fine. I don't know. It bugs me when I see stuff like that, and I didn't spot it until just like when I was standing up on the bleachers, and I was like, that's a little off. But anyways, it says FarmBots in that end zone too. It's got the same logo. Normally in like a high school or something, they don't actually put like away and home. So you're gonna have the team logo in just both sides. So I think I've got everything else pretty accurate on the field as far as the actual lines. Somebody said I needed the pylons for the end zone, so I did add a couple blocks there. And let's see. Let's go on to the stands. Now this is the home side, so that's why the mask or the center logo is aiming this way, because it's going to be aiming towards the home side. Changed the color scheme on the sides here. Actually finished the press box, so we can actually walk up into this. Got a little bit of detail in here. Got an area where you can sit down, watch the game. Really nice looking from here, but yeah. Nothing too fancy. I actually have those two-way doors on here so you can close them while you're on the inside. A lot of people ask how to do those, and those are really simple. Just look up a tutorial on YouTube. There's quite a few actually, so I'm not going to tell you how to do that because it's fairly simple. Anyways, let's close that. Alright. Oh, and I stuck a couple ToteBot heads on the top. That's just, like I said, that's my favorite one. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's kind of creepy when it opens its mouth if you put it on like a sensor. But the other ones are cool too, but I just love that red one, so that's why I just took it and like this was going to be the theme. That's going to be the ToteBot or the FarmBot that I'm going to use. Anyways, let's go over here. This is the new facility that I've added. I didn't add like a full-blown gym because I didn't have enough time, and I figured it's probably time to end the school. You know, this turned out way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Like initially when I pictured a school, it was going to be like, oh, okay, it's going to be a couple classrooms, fairly decent sized building, and maybe a bus. And then it turned into this big, giant facility, so. Anyways, let's go ahead and go in here. This is just a set of locker rooms. You've got like this can be interpreted as a boys and a girls locker room or a home and away locker room, depending on what it's being used for. Both these rooms are identical. You just walk in, you've got some lockers, you got the benches in here, and then you've got a shower area / I guess toilet area. I don't know if that's 100% appropriate. Maybe I should have put actual stalls here. But yeah, you got that. Got the showers here, you got the drains. The other side's exactly the same, so I'm not even going to show that off. I'll let you take a peek in there. But yeah. Let's see, and in here you have, it's like just a storage area. It's kind of oversized, but you've got some controllers in here. You've got the couple cones for the field, some boots, some boxes, and the electrical boxes for everything, but just needed to do something with this side. By the time I placed that door here, I realized that I'm going to have like a lot of empty area on the right side, so I decided to do like a storage closet. But yeah, that's the locker rooms. Let's go ahead and close those doors. But yeah, I'm highly satisfied with the way this came out, and I want to thank you guys for suggesting all the things you did. Now, I know some people might be a little disappointed. Oh, actually, I don't think many will, to be honest with you, with the whole fact that I didn't go with the Komodo dragons. Just know that the Komodo dragon is actually not really tied to me. That's not like... That wasn't on purpose. I wasn't like saying like, oh, I love Komodo dragons, let's name my channel after a Komodo dragon. It's just a nickname that was given to me as a child. So the FarmBot just made more sense in terms of, you know, scrap mechanic. We're going to be dealing with these in survival mode. I had an Apocalypse World like solely based on this FarmBot. So, you know, I really felt like this was I felt like this was definitely the right way to go. So really happy with this, and we are ready to go on to our next build, our next big area. I don't know if it's going to turn out to be like this. This spanned 3 episodes, and that's not quite normal for me. But I've been debating. We've got a lot of things that we can do. There's some things I want to return to. I know some people actually really want to see the Apocalypse World again, and I'm debating on that because I don't want to like continue. Like, I've made so much progress in this one, I don't want to like just abandon it and go over to the Apocalypse World because I can't release that many episodes of Scrap Mechanics, so whatever I'm doing, I kind of have to commit to it for the week. So I'm debating. I'm not saying that I'm not going to it, You know, I think that I will definitely make a return to it. Actually, I thought about something cool. If maybe once we finish this town, I can make a separate save for it, and we can turn this into like the new Apocalypse world, because I mean, we've already got all the buildings here. If I just tore this apart and added a whole bunch of stuff like I had in the last one, I think that would be really cool. But right now, I'm pretty content with the town. I'm enjoying this build a lot, so I think I'm going to continue with it. I've also got some people that I'm talking. I got a lot of exciting things for the channel, possibly some collabs and stuff like that that's going to happen. And some of it might actually be in here, maybe getting some help. I'm really excited. I don't want to talk about anything because I don't, you don't want to commit just in case it doesn't happen, but really excited about that. Now, as far as what we might do next here, I know I've heard the airport. I really like the thought of having an airport here, but admittedly, I'm not like the best plane builder. So I'm gonna debate and see how I want to take on that. I definitely want one in here because it just makes sense to have one maybe on the one of the corners of the map. Another thing that I started on, this was actually several episodes ago, and I'm gonna go look at it real quick. I started on the ranger station up here, and I just stopped. Like, I immediately went to the school. So there's still this building or this tower setting up here, and I still want to have some sort of facility out here too. So I've got that to work on. Oh, I completely forgot that car was even up here. So you've got that. You've got this empty area. Like, that looks like a really good place for an airfield. So I've got that. I've got a lot of things that I can do, and I can definitely make this continue, especially now that I've got the new computer. Everything runs fantastic. I get little like lag hits here and there, but it's really when I'm making contact with the edge of like the road or something. So that's the only lag I get. Like right now, it's running absolutely smooth, and it's great. So yeah, there's a lot I can do. So keep pouring in with those suggestions. I know you guys really like this series, so I'm definitely going to continue it. This kind of gives me a direction in Scrap Mechanic to continue instead of just trying these random one-off builds that I used to do, and this really helps, and it really makes it where I can make this series consistent. Now, I am going to look at some viewer creations. I'm really behind on those, and I have some commitments, some people that I've talked to, like, you've got really good builds, and I am going to feature you in an episode because I really like what you're building. So I've got a couple of those that we're going to do, so look forward to those coming out, and then we'll definitely be working on this town and maybe some other surprises. Of course, got my other game series that are going on. I'm committed to Turmoil. I think I've got about maybe, I would say, 4 more episodes, and then we'll probably be done with the game. I think I'm gonna it's gonna be like my first game that I'm actually gonna complete. So I'm committed to that. So we're gonna do that, and we'll just kind of see what happens. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel. And this map will be available to download. Now it's a pretty intense map, so you have to have a fairly decent computer to run this at like playable frames. So I'm gonna go ahead and warn you about that now. But if you'd like to download it, it will be below in the description. And that's gonna about wrap it up for today's episode, guys. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you.